One, two, three.
Turn it up.
1974 was an eventful year in history. Like any year, it had its ups and downs. 7 categories will highlight events or things that were popular in 1974. The first category to look at is literature. Peter Benchley's novel, Jaws, about an East Coast beach community terrorized by a giant shark, becomes the most successful first novel in American publishing history, remaining on the bestseller list for more than 40 weeks and selling in excess of 9 million copies. At the top of the nonfiction bestseller list is You Can Profit from a Monetary Crisis by Harry Browne. It offered some investment strategy tips. The next area of focus is arts and entertainment. Roberta Flack's Killing Me Softly with His Song won the Grammy for Record of the Year, and Happy Days debuted, starting its 11-year run on ABC.
And he was strumming my vein with his fingers, saved my life with his words, killing me softly with his song, softly with his song, telling my whole life his words, softly with his song.
Sunday, Monday, happy days. Tuesday, Wednesday, happy days. Thursday, Friday, happy days. The weekend comes, my cycle hums, ready to race to you. These days are ours. Happy days. These days are ours. Blue black, gray sky, hello blue. There's nothing can hold me when I hold you. So right, it can't be wrong. Rockin' and rollin' always long.
Moving on to Just for Fun, Hank Aaron of the Atlanta Braves hits his 715th career home run, breaking Babe Ruth's legendary record of 714 homers.
On April 8, 1974, in front of over 53,000 home fans and a national television audience, he leaned into a 1-0 fastball from Dodger lefty Al Downing and hit his 715th home run.
Here's the pitch by Downing, swinging. There's a drive into left center field. That ball is going to be out of here. It's gone. It's 7:15.
The surpassing of such a long-standing milestone was both a triumph and trial for Aaron. He was besieged by the media and badgered by racism from those who resented the fact that a black athlete would now hold Ruth's record. Aaron retired from baseball 2 years later, leaving the game with a new home run record of 755. He was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame in his first year of eligibility back in 1982.
This premiere issue of People featured Mia Farrow on the cover biting a strand of pearls. Since this issue, People has become a popular magazine of celebrity and pop culture news and is best known for its special issues, The 50 Most Beautiful People, The Best and Worst Dressed, and The Sexiest Man Alive. A couple of history events that occurred in 1974 include the kidnapping of Patricia Hearst and the Watergate scandal. February 5th, Patricia Hearst of the Hearst newspaper family was kidnapped by the Symbionese Liberation Army in Berkeley, California. When the ransom, a multi-million-dollar food program for the poor, was not completed fast enough by Randolph Hearst, Patty declared that she had changed her name to Tanya and joined the SLA.
There's been a big kidnapping on the West Coast. The victim is Patricia Hearst, the daughter of newspaper executive Randolph Hearst and a granddaughter of the legendary William Randolph Hearst. Richard Threlkeld reports.
Patricia Hearst is 19 and a sophomore at Berkeley. She and her fiancé were in her apartment in this building near the campus last night when a woman and 2 armed men burst in, beat and bound her fiancé and a neighbor, dragged Patricia down the stairs, threw her into the trunk of a car, and drove off. firing a volley of shots around the neighborhood as they left.
Good evening. The parents of kidnapped Patricia Hearst today heard directly from their daughter for the first time since her abduction. The communication was on a tape recording sent by the kidnappers to Berkeley radio station KPFA. Richard Threlkeld has a report.
What we received in the mail today was a statement which appears to me to be a list of preliminary demands.
The second communique from the Symbionese Liberation Army arrived this morning, addressed to the radio station that's become the go-between in this kidnapping. And the station broadcast all 7 pages of it, according to instructions. The SLA demands a, quote, symbolic gesture of good faith, it said, before it will even begin bargaining for Patty Hearst's release. That gesture, distributing free at selected supermarkets in low-income neighborhoods, a total of $70 worth of groceries to virtually every welfare recipient in the state of California, starting a week from today and continuing for a month.
Early that year, Richard Nixon received a subpoena requiring him to hand over tapes which may provide evidence regarding the 1972 burglary of the Democratic National Headquarters located in the Watergate complex. Over 500 tapes as well as several hundred written documents were sought. The attempted cover-up of the break-in ultimately led to Nixon's dramatic resignation on August 9, 1974. Now, changing the focus to the category of science. An international team of scientists working in northeastern Ethiopia found the partial skeleton of a 3-million-year-old hominid that it claims is the most complete early man discovery ever made in Africa. The skeleton is better known and referred to as Lucy. Also during this year, scientists warned that the continued use of aerosol sprays will cause ozone depletion, which will lead to an increased risk of skin cancer and global weather changes. 1974 offered many technological innovations, including the introduction of the MRI and the Altair personal computer. Magnetic resonance imaging, or scanning, also called an MRI, is a method of looking inside the body without using surgery, harmful dyes, or X-rays. A patent was granted in 1974. It was the world's first patent issued in the field of MRI. By 1977, Dr. Domitian completed construction of the first whole-body MRI scanner. Announced in 1974, the Altair was the first successful, commercially marketed and mass-produced personal computer. The Altair sold for about $395 in kit form and about $650 assembled. Finally, moving on to the last area of focus, math. In 1974, the cost of a gallon of gas was 55 cents. Therefore, filling a 16-gallon tank would have cost $8.80 compared to today's cost of $63.84. 1974's minimum wage was $2 per hour, making the monthly salary for someone working 40 hours a week at minimum wage to be $320. This was just a brief overview of 1974. I hope you enjoyed it.